It is the RIOT podcast, in which it's a bloody good time.
Good morning.
No,
Happy
really,
Tuesday.
we talk about blood a lot.
We do.
There's that. We get into some taco cleanses again. Why
you say it that way when you could say about what is Taco Bell doing for the 6th time with the World Series?
Well, because that sounds very positive. And
just want to get to the other side of it.
I want to be careful about that. I think my favorite thing in the show, even though it might not be your favorite thing, is that I today share a photo with you of what happened in a bathroom last night. I went to a restaurant, nice-ish, at least nice, not fast food.
No, I think it's a restaurant where you expect better.
Expect better.
I expect better of that. And I expect for code there to be something that
you're not allowed to do.
You're not allowed to do, whereas I feel like in other restaurants, it's maybe not as enforced because they don't expect you to go inside.
Well,
but for this one, so I would suggest going to 2 places when you're enjoying this podcast. If you go to 2 Facebook pages, there's our Radio U Riot one. That's always one to go to because we have a few other goodies for you. But if you want to check out the picture of what Obi saw in the bathroom yesterday, that you can check out on our Radio U Facebook, which you should be following as well.
It's totally worth poking your head in and getting a look at it. Because when you see it, I think you'll be as amazed as I was.
Actually, when you say it that way, it's worth going to the restaurant, totally poking your head in and seeing the thing there.
Stopping by and just being like, hey,
I heard about this curtain.
Wanted to see your bathroom? You guys got a curtain back there?
Like, what's going on?
Yep.
Big stretch.
Get it all out, Nikki. Get it all out.
Are you dressed too?
I already did. I'm good. I'm good. All right, well, you guys enjoy the podcast. We'll see you later. Bye.
The Worst of the Riot box set is now available nowhere because we know you wouldn't want it anyway. It's The Worst of the Riot on Radio U.
I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but my brain sometimes gets a hold of a thought and it just won't let it go. Like, it will not let go of a thought. So today after the show, I have a doctor's appointment. For this doctor's appointment, I have to have blood work. So here's what that means. It means you can't eat anything. That's it. It's no big deal, right?
It should not be a big deal.
I got to go, this morning I'm up. I haven't eaten. When the show is over, I go to the doctor. They do the blood thing, and then I can eat. That's it. It's no big deal. I got to tell you, last night when I went to bed, I was like, okay, now look, don't forget in the morning, don't get sleepy and put sugar in your coffee, because I have water and coffee, but you can't have anything else. Maybe tea. I don't know. But it's like, don't do that. So all night long, it was like this voice in my head, make sure you don't eat. I'm like, I got it.
Which is then reminding you the fact that you can eat and you really want to eat then.
I got it. I'm fine. It was like I rolled over. It's midnight. Can't eat now. You're not going to be able to eat now. And it's like, I would normally eat now. It's fine. I'm going back to sleep. Fine.
Are you sure you don't want to eat?
2 a.m. When you wake up, don't eat. Don't put sugar in your coffee. And you're like, please just let me sleep. I don't care.
Well, at least your brain is reminding you that's a bonus. I mean, sometimes you don't like that you're forgetful with some things.
No, but that's the thing. Those are the 2 extremes that I live in. Can't remember anything or a deep voice reminding me constantly.
Hourly.
Don't. And so, of course, I woke up and I'm like, I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten all night.
But you did wake up every hour, so your body is probably like, we really could use a breakfast.
It's great. So I'm really excited about my brain's ability to annoy me. I think that might actually be it. I think that my it may just be there to annoy me. Like, hey, guy, you know what? Need to remember? Oh, no. No. Need to forget? We're going to hang on to this like a dog with a bone.
Well, let's try not to
clamp down on it.
Let's not do too much food talk then today.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And definitely no riot food fight, but we need to do at least maybe one tomorrow.
Well, I thought about that. I actually walked in. I was like, we need to do a food fight. And it was like, you can't eat. Okay, I'm not eating.
Not even sugar in your coffee.
Oh, crap. Okay.
I forgot you can have coffee. At least you can have something.
Well, I don't even know without the coffee if I could do it.
Sure. Well,
drink a little coffee, feel a little better.
So if your doctor's like, did you have anything? Just say no.
Well, I'll tell them I had
all.
coffee. I did have coffee and I've got water. Well, the last time I did this, like 2 or 3 years ago or whatever, they told me I couldn't have anything. And I took the morning off because they're like, and then when I got in, they're like, well,
you could have had coffee.
You could have had water and coffee. And it's like, well, excuse me, but can we find the nurse?
Who told you otherwise?
She called me yesterday and was like, make sure you don't eat. That's it. She lives in my mind. I told on her and
now she's in there.
Oh my gosh. Well, I can't wait to get her out.
Having a bad day? Blame the Riot. Everyone else does. And in fairness, it's probably their fault. Radio U.
You know that Nikki and I are very concerned about your health and well-being, which is why we want to help you get yourself a free taco.
Nice.
They're doing it again. Steal a base, steal a taco.
Oh, yeah, they do always do that. Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm. So here's the deal. If any player on either team steals a base during Game 1 or Game 2, everyone will get a free Doritos Locos taco on Wednesday, November 1st from 2 until 6 p.m. Which, hey, by the way, kudos to Taco Bell for doing this steal a base, steal a taco thing and giving out the Doritos tacos. Now, it's probably a co-sponsorship with Doritos picking up part of the tab.
I'm sure, but you mean they could have gone cheap and just went with the regular shell?
Could have gone cheap with that thing where they hand it to you. And, you know, like the meat's only been in the shell for 30 seconds and yet it's sopping through. Like, what? Why is it sopping through the shell? Why does it do that?
That's not what we're supposed to answer right here.
Not supposed to focus on that?
We're just talking about during the World Series, the free taco thing can be back.
All right. Well, so we could end up with a free taco on November 1st. Or if it's Game 3 or later, that free taco is going to be on November 7th.
There's a lot of details there, but just know you'll find out if it works. And this is the 6th time that Taco Bell has partnered with Major League Baseball.
They said that they'll be the 6th ever taco hero. But then if no one steals a base during the World Series,
then they still look good because they were still going to do it. So it's fine.
It's a roll of the dice. It's the old, you go to marketing class and they're like, hey, have you ever heard about the hole-in-one challenge and the insurance policy that you buy? And they tell you that big story. And if you haven't heard it, don't worry. Everyone will hear it when they take that marketing class. But that's the deal on Taco Bell. And I want you to know that even though, like this morning, I'm hungry, do you know that I can talk about Taco Bell without feeling the slightest pang of hunger?
Oh, I bet. You'd go for the free taco. You always get the free taco.
Well, not always, but I have.
Most times.
It's effective.
You talk a big talk, but I think if there was a free taco right there,
right here,
you'd be totally eating it.
No, I can't, Nikki. Not this morning.
Today you're going to the doctor.
The voice says, don't eat the taco.
He's going to the doctor, so he cannot eat. But if it was a normal day, you would.
All right. Well,
you would totally want it.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, let's be clear. Look, the Taco Bell cleanse, that's not an idea that we just made for the show. That's something I do at home that I brought to the show. You put down the plastic, you put the water bottles in there.
Not that bad.
Then you drive out to Taco Bell, you get yourself some Locos tacos, and, you know.
I don't know what you order that makes you get so sick from Taco Bell.
Morning. I didn't say I'm sick. It's a cleanse. It's something you do.
It's not like a juice fast or something.
Well, the cool thing about Taco Bell is it doesn't matter what you order on the menu. It's the same ingredients. So you just take those ingredients home. I like to put them in a big bowl and just mash them together, return them to their native state. Then you just eat. You wait a half an hour
and let the magic begin.
Then you shut the door and turn on the fan.
Don't even. And wait till you see the pounds melt off.
And then you just wait.
Oh my gosh, what is wrong?
What?
What are you getting?
What
do you order? Oh, I don't even know how it's that bad.
I'm not even ordering anything until it's free. Steal a base, steal a taco. Find a healthier you.
Okay, so that is again with the World Series.
Imagine a world where the Riot never talks and it's glorious Radio U music for hours on end. Now, imagine the opposite of that. You're already there. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
And people are getting serious about these Halloween decorations. So I see this guy here. He's in or somewhere in New York, right? No, he's in Utah. Okay.
I heard you say York in my head. I was like, what?
He's in York.
Like, okay, well.
The Visigoths have sacked York.
What's he doing with his Halloween display?
No, in Salt Lake City, Utah, bro has put together, he has a King Kong.
Halloween
Huge
thing?
King Kong. Yeah, like he built the top of a skyscraper just outside of his house, and then he's got King Kong attached to it. It's actually pretty impressive. He says he did the whole thing for $130. How did he do that?
Did he find it on Pinterest or something? Or?
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a Pinterest thing. Or he just knows a very large monkey.
Or he might just be very skilled with carpentry. And so, like, he could, instead where we would have to pay somebody a lot of money to do it. He's the guy we'd have to pay. He's the guy who normally charged to do all that.
The Empire State Building has a wood frame, but it's built from foam that he got for free from a friend.
Hey.
Let's see. He used chicken wire to round out the wood frame of the gorilla to make it more realistic. And the sheen on the gorilla's chest comes from trash bags. Oh, well, look at this guy. He's so handy. That's great. I also saw a guy up near Cleveland, Ohio. He built an AT-AT, or an AT-AT, as I would always call them, from The Empire Strikes Back. Imperial Walkers are those.
Yes, thank you.
All right. But he built one of those next to his house.
Sure.
He spent more than $180 on that, though.
It just doesn't feel like Halloween to me. It's not like scary. So,
well, Nikki, sometimes Halloween. See, this is where I'm at on trick or treat, guys. We can have some fun with that. Like, look, it's King Kong. That's cool. It doesn't have to be like, look, the disemboweled, beheaded man handing out candy.
Well, that's normally what people go for. So this is just odd. Did you talk about what he's going to do once Halloween's over?
He's going to eat candy.
No, I mean, maybe, but with King Kong.
Did you have something else?
What's the plan?
No.
This guy seems very handy. He's going to take down the display in early November, and he plans to reuse the foam to insulate his garage and build other projects with the wood.
Man,
so he's going to hold on to the chicken wire and fabric for next year's display, which he doesn't know what he's going to do.
You know what? Along with all the ladies in the audience, we have to ask: is he single?
Because I think he could take care of
if he
home projects.
If he can build the Empire State Building, then you know what? We could get married and flip houses together.
He has the wedding ring on.
Sorry, ladies, no go. He's flipping houses with somebody else right now, and flipping monkeys and Empire State Buildings.
It looks very neat. It's quite a display, but still doesn't really seem Halloween to me.
You know what? I think it's great. I wish that, my neighborhood, I've got the skulls with the glowing eyes. I wish that those neighbors were like, you know what? Instead of the skeletons this time, we're going King Kong.
I told you I've got these faceless coven sort of like ring of these little things in someone's yard with pumpkin fire coming out of it to where you just can't even barely drive past it. It's so weird.
Well,
you're right. I would like this.
What if we went classic Hollywood? What if you had a display of you were Indiana Jones and you had a big boulder that was like coming towards you?
I actually already decorated.
Okay. Oh.
I put a pumpkin out. Just one little baby pumpkin. Yay! A for effort. Can't judge my display. Shouldn't judge the others. It's fine.
Nikki.
What?
I'm really impressed.
I tried. I mean, I did put a pumpkin out. And I'm trying to find what's called a mumpkin.
A what?
A mumpkin.
A what?
It's these mums, like it's a flower that's in like a plastic pumpkin, sort of like a trick-or-treat bucket.
Yeah.
They're really cute, and I wanted to get one, so I'm trying to find it.
A mumpkin?
A mumpkin.
So, you know what? That doesn't feel very Halloween to me.
I mean, hello, it's a trick-or-treat thing.
I know, but if you're going to say to this man for $130 who put a big ape on the side of the Empire State Building.
True, can he build me a
pumpkin? Listen, you know what? This is nice and everything, but it's not really Halloween.
Where's
what about
the pumpkin?
Can you get me a mumpkin?
Well, if
I want a mumpkin and a pumpkin.
If he did a splash of orange somewhere, that would maybe make it more Halloween looking.
You know what,
right?
Nikki? You guys are going to get along great.
If you were offended or disgusted by anything Obadiah said this morning,
if you weren't so dumb, I might be offended.
You must be new. You'll get used to it. The Riot on Radio U.
It's picture time.
It is picture time. I tweeted it, so you can find it at Radio U on Twitter. It is also at Facebook.com/Radio U.
We'll give you 1 second if you want to just grab your phone.
Okay, so let me set the scene for you. Last night, I had a friend of mine that had some big to do, and she wanted to go out and celebrate. So we all were like, yeah, we'll meet at this restaurant at this time. We'll celebrate. Whee! So show up.
Because that's what we do. We celebrate with food.
Yeah. That's how you do
everybody.
it, right? Well, we did other things,
no,
too.
I know. I'm teasing.
But it started, at a restaurant. So we all show up, and I was like, I want to wash my hands. So I go into the bathroom to wash my hands, and that's where I see this.
You see this sign?
Nikki, would you please? No, it's not a sign. It is a sign.
Are you kidding me? That's a shower curtain in place of the stall door. There's no door anymore, so they hung up a shower curtain or like a sheet. It's a shower curtain.
It's a shower curtain.
And then it's got chains on both sides, like through the grommets, holding it up, but you could totally just see the toilet area. What restaurant was this? Please tell us. Please tell us. Is it fast food?
No, I'm not. No, it's not. It's not.
Fast food?
Okay, I will tell you.
That's not code.
By the time I was done eating with tip, I think I spent $18 last night.
Oh, tell us what it is. Tell us the alternate name.
Well, Nikki, let me put it to you this way. It's a restaurant that it's where I went for my birthday lunch.
I don't remember where you went for your
How
birthday.
can you not remember my birthday lunch?
It's because it's pressure. I just want to know. So it's like I can't even think about anything else.
Well, but here's what I want to know, though.
I remember where you went for your birthday lunch.
Uh-huh.
Whoa, that's what they did?
Right. So, okay, if you guys didn't get it, basically it's a stall, like a bathroom stall door.
Missing the door.
But instead of a door, there's a shower curtain there. Now, in fairness, it's a brown shower curtain, so it does match the color scheme of the
down. Is that what you're
I
saying?
didn't even think about that. Hey, guys, that curtain's brown. Flush it down. So
it looks so shady and so bad.
I agree with you. So what I would like to know, what I'd really like to know is, would you use that bathroom?
Oh, no.
Did that potty, like, you couldn't use it?
Oh, no. Well, okay, in women's restrooms, at least in our great country, we have this weird problem where there's this gap between, like, the doors in the stall.
That's all stall doors.
So all stall doors, so you can basically kind of see in, but this is like someone could just swish that right open.
Well, that's what I really looked at it for a minute. If you look at the curtain, you can't lock it, and the curtain goes all the way to the floor. So, like in a guy's bathroom, it's true, you can kind of see between the cracks, but usually you kind of get the idea, like you'll see a shadow or you see some feet or whatever. If you want to know if somebody is in there and you want to go and use the bathroom, you're going to have to slightly move the curtain, like take a peek.
But the bathroom, the toilet is so far back, I don't feel like I could hold the curtain, like get up in enough time.
No, they're looking. Everybody's looking.
That. Okay, but can I ask you this as a guy?
Yeah.
You guys sometimes have the other toilets,
the urinal,
like the bucket thing.
Okay, all right.
So you have that.
Okay.
So you don't have as much privacy. Like you're just maybe not used to it. Are you just okay with that?
Oh, absolutely not. Like when I saw, like,
I don't know if a guy is okay with that.
When I saw that, I was just like, oh, you have got to be kidding.
How is that okay to be? Like, it looks like that's the only stall in there.
I feel like, why don't you just go ahead and put some glass walls up? Then everybody can get a peek.
Why bother putting anything?
It's fine. Why don't you just put this up in the middle of the restaurant?
Well, you're okay going to the bathroom, like in front of family or roommates, maybe, but this is weird. This is very weird. I want you to please at the restaurant.
Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, this restaurant.
It's the one you already had a problem with.
It's the same location, and it's the same chain of restaurants that I went to, in which I talked about I had a terrible experience there. I named that location, and I got their entire staff chewed out, and I had.
Because you said it on the radio, and the managers found
you know
out.
What? I'm not saying what it is on the radio.
I agree. Okay,
I'm not.
fine.
I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm going to tell you right now: the shower curtain as bathroom stall door is
not okay, and that doesn't fix the problem.
No. All right. So it's some people sounding off on Facebook this morning. You can see this picture at radiou.com/Facebook or tweet at RadioU. Tim says, I once used one at a concert with no door at all. It was awkward. All right, Tim.
But that's an emergency situation. Like you're at a concert. I feel like you here it's a restaurant. They have code.
They have
to have stuff like that.
I can tell you that the price of my meal had to, on some level, cover a new stall door. Micah says definitely gas station or sketchy concert venue.
It's not.
Aaron says not sure I'd use that only if the door of the bathroom is lockable. No. This is a hey,
community.
There's that. You got 2 urinals, 2 sinks, and a swinging door. Okay. And Nick says, ha, that'll do.
I think if you brought your friend in and they stood guard at the curtain.
That's what you have to do. Like,
and then, if there was a line of people, you could be overly dramatic and grab part of the side of the curtain, swish it open really big. Be like, ta-da!
That's what I feel like somebody's going to do. I feel like on my way out the door, I'm ripping that open and then running out.
Just like, hey, here's the curtain. Well, it's worth looking at the picture. You should definitely go. If you go to Radio U on our Facebook page or Radio U on Twitter, you'll see the curtain door.
It's a nice one, isn't it? It's nice.
Why did this happen to you?
I don't know. I just walked past it and I was like, is there anyone else in here? Good, because I have to take a picture of this.
But I no longer have to go.
I was only in there to wash my hands.
Sure.
It is oh, you don't believe it? Sure you were.
The Riot with Obadiah.
Them honey buns and Cheetos done caught up with me.
The Riot with Nikki.
Yeah, she's a liar, because I don't know her. So whatever she says is a lie, so...
The Riot, Radio U.
You've got that friend or that visionary, that whatever, that person that is just like, you know what? I'll never stoop that low. We ain't doing that. We're not about that. And I feel like that's Starbucks. They had that strong hipster-like, we're too cool for that image. And then they were like, what the heck? Unicorn fraps, right?
Actually does seem like they embraced the off-menu choices that made those kind of fun, and then they forced them on everybody.
They brought you the PSL, and everybody, like, when that became too mainstream, then they were like, mainstream's where the money is, let's go!
Now you don't want pumpkin, you want maple.
What if you want this, the Starbucks Zombie Frappuccino?
Oh, for a Halloween?
Have you been hearing this? They're saying October 26th through the 31st, the Zombie Frappuccino.
It does seem like...
Come on in to Starbucks, the new mainstream.
Shuffle on in. It does seem like that is because they're telling us about it. If they didn't tell us about it and
we
somehow
had to discover it on our own,
discovered it, then it'd be one thing. Now they're just like, all right, we're coming up. It's a holiday. We got to come up with something.
Well, it's tough because, I'm very basic, and I headed over to Starbucks because I wanted to get a unicorn frap, and they were just like, we sold out of those an hour ago. I was like, well, when did you guys start selling them? An hour ago.
So basically, a blogger has reported that Starbucks has leaked plans, whether it's intentional or not, to release the official zombie frappuccino, and you said October 26th through 31st.
That's what it says.
It's a cream frappuccino syrup based with green caramel apple powder and pink powder.
Pink mocha drizzle and pink brains whipped cream.
That's something.
That's the plan. Now, keep in mind, this is not an official announcement. This is Nikki and I doing the detective work.
Spreading the rumors. Oh. No, they have enough details. Like, this must be real.
It looks like it probably is that. And so, wait. Okay, I was like, hold on. I knew about the unicorn frap, but what's this mermaid frappuccino?
They have the mermaid one, too.
But they said that was something that they released in Mexico.
No, I think they had the mermaid one here, too.
That's not what this article says.
It wasn't far off from the unicorn. Once it all melts within like 10 seconds, it's all just colors.
If you say so.
Okay. So our Halloween plans are still under mummy wraps. We look forward to sharing the details on the living soon. So.
Oh, man. Like,
That's
you know what? I've seen behind the bathroom curtain too clearly. Like everything.
I know that's why it's hard, okay? It's hard.
Everything, it just feels like marketing. And I know it is, but like I feel like I've gone too far down the rabbit hole to enjoy the fun marketing anymore. When they use phrases like the mummy wraps and you're like, I hate you. Shut up. I don't want to hear it.
Easy there, bud. Easy there.
What?
It just easy. I
Okay.
do think I really
see. So
want.
now you want to stop me from expressing myself.
Well, when you're throwing the station phone, the fact that we still have a phone that we don't use.
We don't really use it.
We can throw it and no one would care. The green apple part sounds good, though. I think they
I
have
like green apple.
They have a apple cider drink, if I remember correctly, at Starbucks. It's pretty good.
Probably.
I don't know if they still have it.
Okay. But wasn't that just like in the little boxes?
No, that's a hot apple
Oh, it's a
cider.
hot apple.
Yeah, with like a
Ooh.
caramel little chunk thrown in or something.
I would drink
Basically, that sounds like fall. I would really like something fall.
That sounds delicious. You know, well, I won't say it now, but later today, Nikki, I might be able to help you make a little love connection with a drink.
Okay.
So, we can't get into it, but I think we can get Nikki some apple cider.
Well, didn't want that. I don't want apple cider. I want the Starbucks apple cider drink, which I don't think actually contains any apple or cider. So please get it right. 'Cause that's how it is.
My bad.
Okay. Their drinks don't actually have what they're saying in it.
Yeah.
It's just a powder.
She's telling the truth.
The worst of the riot. Proof that you're already living in that dark future dystopia. Radio U.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
I'm fine.
He's in a mood today.
Opie's goofy. He's got a doctor's appointment after the show, so he was not able to eat today.
I haven't had anything to eat.
Only coffee, which sometimes can make it worse because you feel, like
too
you
excited.
feel the coffee.
Hey, let me tell you something right now. Real talk.
Till he gets his blood work.
This coffee absolutely was appetite suppressant. I was so hungry, and then I drank a little coffee, and I was like, it's all right.
I could not eat.
I'm
fine. Totally. Whenever you say you're fine, you're like deep down, your body's like, we're not fine.
Would you stop doing that?
Please?
Could we get a little something?
Can
to
we
eat?
just be honest
Come on, dude.
and say we're not fine?
Come on, dude. Yeah, you know what? Okay, real talk. I mentioned earlier in the show that I kept waking up all night long, like every hour, like, don't eat. To
remind yourself, because when you get blood work done, if you've not yet chosen to go to the doctor for what's called a yearly check-in,
right?
You usually have to have blood work done, and then you can't have food in your system after a certain point.
Oh man, I absolutely hate it. Here's my thing with blood work is that I guess it's because I'm fat. They don't say that, like they don't. What? I'm just telling you.
Because
they're like,
it hurts,
your
or-
veins are hard to find.
No
It's
way.
like they're under too much chub there, buddy.
That's
they
not
don't,
at all.
Well, maybe it's not, but I do. The lady's like, let me root around in there a little bit. We're on our 8th hole. Let's take the blood out of your hand.
That's exactly.
We'll get it out of the top of your hand, and you're like, you guys are monsters.
What's worse is I think my mom had it like out of her neck one time. Where you're like, I didn't even know you could do this sort of thing.
I will tell you right now, Nikki, I'm not making this up. Nikki's mom has to get blood work all the time. When I go in to get my blood work, I just think about your mom.
Oh, do you?
I do. And you know what I think? I'm like, you know what?
Don't be a baby.
I'm like, if Nikki's mom can do this, I can do this.
I know, you got to remind yourself of that.
I really do.
But-
I know it sounds goofy, but I swear to you, I really do think about your
That's
mom.
not normally your fault. I believe sometimes that can be the technician.
I'm telling you,
And some of them are great, and some just are not as skilled, and you know it.
Every time I go in there, I just feel like they're like, we're going to weigh you. You're too fat.
We're going to look at you.
And now, since we've weighed you and you're fat, let's
know.
go over here and we got to dig around in your arm for a while because fat. Just like, I love.
But so many people are, so they should be prepared for that.
I love
That's
coming
nothing
here.
new.
I love coming here, and I love the fact that you guys have sugar-free candy on the way out. It's like, it just
Kids get stickers, grown-ups get sugar-free candy.
we just want to drive it home. We just want to make you feel bad
Well,
about yourself.
they need to bring you back up from not being able to eat all morning, so of course they have to have the sugar-free candy, just so that you feel like you're getting sugar.
My thought was like, they're going to take my blood, and I was like, you know what? One of my favorite donut shops is like a half mile from this place, and if you go to the Red Cross and give blood, you get cookies.
Maybe.
Seems to me like somebody gets a little donut, because I'm going to need to feel better for a couple of reasons.
Because you managed to not eat for like 9 Not even 12 hours.
Nikki, it will have been, by the time I get that donut, it will have been 13 whole hours.
13 hours since you could eat.
How do you live?
Oh, let me, you know what? You just be comfortable over there where the show's almost over.
2 words, double chocolate.
The part that keeps me up at night, we paid them for this. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
So we've done I have been doing a fair bit of whining this morning about having to go get blood drawn.
Thanks for not making it a show thing.
No, it's me.
Since I'm not going to the doctor, too.
Well, no, I didn't say you. Oh, that's what we should be doing. We should be shooting a video. Nikki and
Go to the doctor?
Go to the doctor.
Or just getting blood taken.
Well, whatever. Like together. You could go there and talk to him about, some emotional issues.
My wants or needs or desires or...
And I'm there like, here, stick the thing.
I actually have no problem with blood being drawn. So
Well, good for you. Now you're just bragging. Thank you.
Just rubbing it in.
Thank you so much. Also, I have a lot of money and I'm very good looking. And I work for fun.
Yeah, because they have to. No,
Anything else?
None of that stuff. I just was telling you I'm actually fine with getting my blood drawn. It doesn't make me nervous.
Hold that wound open. We brought the salt. Here, bring the camera in. Watch me pouring in the salt.
Just fine.
No, okay. So, no, real talk. I was thinking about this, okay? And my reaction is like, I don't want to go get blood drawn. Don't be such a baby. And so I keep telling myself, don't be such a baby. Don't be such a baby. But I'm going to challenge you with this idea. Maybe that's not the most effective way to keep ourselves from being such a baby. Okay? You've got something going on. You get mad at yourself for the reaction. Maybe you're jealous because Nikki works for fun and she's so beautiful and fine, whatever.
That's an example.
You look at yourself and say, don't be jealous, don't be jealous, don't be jealous. It doesn't work. In fact, I find that the more I pile on, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this.
Pile on yourself?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, I won't do this. I won't eat this donut. Why is the box empty?
I won't eat one donut. Okay, I'm going to eat all of them.
But it's like the more you try to change your behavior by yelling at yourself, piling on, being down on yourself, all that stuff, like it pretty much never works to change who you are. And my theory is I feel like that's running away. I feel like by kind of piling on like that, you're running away from the problem. I think what you got to do is I think you got to turn and face it and say, okay, like, instead of saying, stop being so jealous or stop being such a baby or stop eating that or whatever, and say like, hey, I am jealous. Hey, I am afraid. Hey, I am hurting. Like whatever it is. And here's for me what I do. You take that, acknowledge it, like own it. This is how you feel. This is what you're doing. And then you turn to God and say, all right, God, look, I'm afraid. I'm hungry. I'm jealous. Like whatever it is, right? And ask God for help. And so whether it's something small, like how dumb is this? I'm telling you about how I asked God to help me get my blood drawn today. I totally did that. I got to own that. I was in the car this morning and I was thinking about it and I was like, why are you so worked up? And I finally thought it through and I was like, because I hate getting blood drawn. And it's like, don't be a baby. And then I thought, nope, that's not the answer.
It's okay.
That's not the answer. It's okay. They always prick you 40 times. It's okay. And I thought, you know what? All right, God, here's where I'm at. Would you please help me to, get this done today and for it to go smoothly? And it's funny, even on the other side of that, it's like, okay, that's better. That's the right way to do it. That's a better way to do this. Not yell at myself, but ask God to help me. So what do you got today? Like, what is it that you're yelling at yourself about or you're embarrassed about or you're upset about or whatever? You know what you should do? Don't get down on yourself. That's worthless. Ask God for help. Just own it and say, God, I need help with this. So look, I don't know what it is for you. I told you what it was for me today, right? And yes, it is what it is. So you know what? You today take that thing and say, God, here it is. Here's this thing that I really need help with. And you know what? If you don't know Jesus, if you've never started a relationship with him, great time to start. Say, God, you know what? I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. Jesus, here's the thing that I need help with. And just be honest with him about it. And God does want to help you.
That goat farm is looking more and more likely every day. It's the worst of the riot.
Nikki, how much do you love your pets?
I love my pets. I'm an
How
animal person.
much?
Like, I've spent money on them. Does that count?
How much?
Oh, a lot of money.
Now, when you say you've spent money on them, what do you mean by that?
Well, they're expensive to get or even to adopt.
Yeah, and I think Nikki, her one puppy, is on a 5-year same as cash program, right?
He was very
Something like
expensive. He was. And then I had a Mastiff, and he was super expensive just to own, but to take care of, because Mastiffs just get a lot of health problems. So I was always the one like, no, well, let's keep him alive.
Okay.
And so you'd spend, a lot of money.
Okay.
On that sort of stuff.
All right. So you're talking about healthcare right now. I'm talking about quality
Comfort.
of life.
Yeah, my pets are very, they live well.
Okay.
Better than me sometimes.
What are we talking about for furniture? What kind of animal furniture do they have?
They're allowed on my furniture. My furniture is their furniture.
So you put them on filthy human furniture?
You're right. I'm not doing enough.
I'm just saying, that's...
They sleep in bed, so...
right, but
they don't need their own bed.
That's a bed designed for humans, and so that's actually not really very good for them.
Well, they also have their own doggy beds, but they choose to not want to sleep there because they want to sleep on the bed where we are.
Well, I'll tell you, Nikki, I'm ready to bring two of your great loves together.
What do we got?
Right. You're familiar with IKEA?
Yes.
The meatball place that serves the furniture or has furniture?
Serves the furniture. Yeah, Even though I don't think their beds seem very comfortable. I've never gotten an IKEA bed.
IKEA now introduces pet furniture.
Yeah, I saw that on the email.
The Lervig?
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
The Gefuderhuden?
Lervig is their pet furniture line.
Yeah, it's cute.
And it's got a lot of variety. I got a cat bed. I got a dog bed. I don't know what that is, but it looks like a place that a cat can live in.
Like a scratch little, that was the little house. The cats like their own little boxes to hang out in.
Okay, now that's amazing. I have some of those shelves at home where they're squares and you can put different things in the squares. They've got a thing where you can outfit one of those squares as a cat hole. So the cat can go in there and it's like, this is my house and you all live to serve me.
But yet you still had to put it together for them.
Well, yeah.
Because they can't.
They're not going to take the time to build their own furniture because cats don't do that. But yeah, wow, look at that. Look at all the stuff you should be buying.
Your pet?
For your pets. How can you tell people that you love your pets if you haven't bought them some custom IKEA furniture?
The only thing with my dog is I didn't feel like he'd fit in it. It just seems like for smaller dogs, it's better.
What about the Lervig cat dog bed? $49.99. It's perfect.
I guess. Maybe I don't have the space, though.
You know what? Rollo has been wanting to talk to you about some things, and he just hasn't had...
Rollo, my dog, sleeps on a pillow, usually my pillow, and he sleeps on the side on his back, and he snores. He's perfectly content.
Do you know why he does that?
Because he needs better...
Because he doesn't have a Lervig dog bed.
Doesn't have that?
Yeah, and he wants to tell
you... Any pet owner will tell you that what happens is you buy your pet something, and then they don't use it.
Okay.
They will just use, again, your stuff.
That's because you're not properly educating them on how to use it.
Sure. Why don't you come over and try then?
Well, because I'm allergic, so...
That's true.
That's why I can't do it. Otherwise,
that.
I'd be the best dog whisperer.
So IKEA has now a dog furniture line.
They've got the Lervigs. So who wouldn't want the Lervig for the pets?
It seems like a flea infestation or something with the name.
It's fine.
Like a little mite or something.
You know what, Nikki? This doesn't sound like someone that loves their pets.
Yeah, right. That's me.
The worst of the riot has no expiration date. It's born spoiled. It's the riot on Radio U.
So here's what I got. There's a book that has been released. I don't know if it's in English or not. In fact, I probably should have checked, but it's called The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning.
Swedish death cleaning?
Death cleaning. Have you heard anything about it?
I have not. The Japanese one. What's that one that became very popular?
Well, are you talking about just the minimalist thing?
That one of a specific style of cleaning in Japan became popular, but this seems more like a joke if it's
not.
Swedish death metal.
Well, see, that's what I thought. I was just like, Swedish death metal, right?
Right?
Yeah.
So what, you turn it on and then you just clean during the song?
Nikki, I want you to know, high five, I was in the same spot.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a death metal joke. It's going to show somebody
crazy.
trashing their house listening to death metal. That's not what it is. So here's the idea. Okay. They say that as human beings, we basically spend the first half of our life accumulating clutter, things that we think are important that are just absolutely not important. And the idea that there is a Swedish tradition, and I don't have the Swedish word for it, it's like Nordnyang or something. Wait, here it is, Dostidning. And the principle is this, is that as you get older, instead of hoarding stuff, you begin to get rid of it.
Nice.
So that when you die,
you don't have all
instead
that
of
stuff.
leaving your family this enormous lifetime of stuff that doesn't really mean a lot, you just get rid of it. So like the idea would be, and it's on a couple of levels, like, do you have papers left over from third grade? You just throw that away.
Yeah.
But then it's stuff like, hey, do you have, 3 coats? Then you give 2 of them away.
So in Sweden, it's tradition, or it's a part of the culture. As you get older, that's when you start cleaning out your stuff before you die.
Right. And so, for example, like they say this is a process that starts, I guess, in your 40s. And it's just
Oh, that's depressing.
Well, I mean, the idea is
No,
that
I know. You just start then.
Well, I mean, like, it does sound depressing, but it's a very realistic look at kind of life. Like, hey, you're probably going to live to be, if you're lucky, 80, 90, maybe 100. And the idea that you're going to live longer than that is not real. So you begin purposefully unburdening yourself of stuff.
Well, your stuff is what you like, but
Right.
when you're not there anymore, that stuff might not make the same amount of money, or you're just passing down a lot more. Your family's going to be sad enough when you're dead. You don't need to add, and now you need to clean up after this person's 80 years of life.
Yeah, well, I've seen it. Like, I know I've seen
So is this
people's
a book
grandparents
about
die.
it?
Yeah, it's a book about it and the principles behind it. And one of the ideas that I really did think was neat is, like, if you have a thing that you want a friend to have it, or you want a family member to have it, or whatever,
Just give it now.
And their argument is, like, why wait until you're dead to give it to them? So, like, whatever it is, and they say, like, some people think it's really morbid, but you shouldn't think about it that way. Like, hey, you have this thing that they like, just give it to them.
Well, it moves aside the death part and just shows, hey, you've got plenty of stuff. You could be helping somebody by sharing some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why not share it now? Even forget about the part that you'll die
Right.
down the road, but just as a human being, that's nice to do.
Yeah, it actually, the more I've thought about it, the more I've just been like, dude, you should just go
Yeah.
home and just give some stuff away.
What's the book, though?
The book is called The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning.
At first we thought death metal.
Right, I
We
know,
really
totally.
did.
How to free yourself and your family from a lifetime of clutter.
It's a great idea.
I do think
We
that
don't
it
maybe
is.
like the name as much, but we can work with that.
Well, you workshop it. Plus, the name's shocking enough. It's
might read
memorable
it.
for a book title.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's out there. And it is in English. So it's available. I'm looking at it on Amazon. So that's a thing.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media
You want to sample 'em? A little try before you buy, huh?
through riot.radiou.com.
Hey, guys, that curtain's brown. Flush it down.